Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for another episode. Today we're going to be discussing The Man in the High Castle. If you haven't seen it yet, don't worry, there's not any spoilers in here. So first of all, let's read the Amazon synopsis to give you an idea of what the show's all about. Based on Philip K. Dick's award-winning novel and executive produced by Ridley Scott, Blade Runner, and Frank Spotnitz, The X-Files, The Man in the High Castle explores what it would be like if the Allied powers had lost World War II and Japan and Germany ruled the United States. So let's start with a few interesting facts. If you didn't already know, this show is based on the book by Philip K. Dick, and reading a book and then seeing the movie or TV show is always fun. Sometimes disappointing, but still fun. Now, a little about the book. First of all, it was a Hugo Award-winning book, which is a pretty big deal because that's a very prestigious award, and it was an important piece of work that really catapulted Philip K. Dick into the realm of great science fiction writers. Among other things, Philip K. Dick even had an episode dedicated to him in the Discovery Science TV series, Prophets of Science Fiction. Some of the other authors in that series were Arthur C. Clarke, Robert Heinlein, Isaac Asimov, so he's kind of a big deal too. One of the very unique things about this book is the mixture between science fiction and history, giving us a view of an alternate history where the Allied powers lost the war. This isn't the first book that's done this sort of alternate history, and apparently Philip K. Dick himself had said that he got the inspiration from another book where the plot was based on an alternate outcome of the Civil War. That book is called Bring the Jubilee from 1953 and written by Ward Moore. Philip K. Dick was also reportedly inspired by the I Ching. Let's talk about the open of the show. The open of the show in itself is pretty awesome. I don't know about you, but I actually really enjoy the opens of a lot of TV series. They can be extremely cool, like the open to Dexter, The Walking Dead, True Detective, Game of Thrones. They're just cool. The open to this show is no exception. The imagery is well done. They've got this cool projector thing going on, and they've got shadows of warplanes and parachuters going across, and like the warplane going across the face on Mount Rushmore. It's all really cool. And when you first hear the song in the open, you may or may not like it, but you should understand the relevance. It's called Edelweiss, and it's from the musical stage play The Sound of Music, and was also used in the film adaptation of The Sound of Music. Now, in The Sound of Music, Captain Von Trapp refuses to join the Nazi Navy, and sings this song as sort of a love song slash goodbye to his homeland of Austria to show his patriotism and love for his country. And in case you're wondering, an Edelweiss is a white flower found in the Alps. So if you didn't like the song before, maybe that little tidbit of info will help you to appreciate it and understand why they chose that song for the open. As you read the book or watch the show, you don't have to be Jewish, and I mean this in a completely non-offensive way, but obviously the Nazis were targeting Jews, so as you read it or watch it, you don't have to be Jewish to say and think, thank goodness this didn't happen. It's completely terrifying to think about, but it's also very interesting. And that's one of the strong points of this show, is the alternate world that it takes place in. It's terrifying, but thought-provoking. In the story, the United States is basically split, with Germany ruling the eastern states and Japan ruling the Pacific states. There's also an area called the neutral zone, where the Rocky Mountain states are, and that provides somewhat of a safe zone. So as you watch the show, you see the storyline revolves around the relations between Japan, Germany, and the US citizens now living under their rule in the US, and the plot starts to unfold. Now, my opinion of the show. Overall, I like it, and I'll continue to watch it. The production value is obviously high, the imagery is beautiful, the acting is good in spots and mediocre in others. I really like Rufus Sewell. You might know him from The Illusionist, where he played the Crown Prince and did an amazing job. One of my favorite performances. He's been in The Pillars of the Earth and all sorts of things, and he's just a lot of fun to watch. The main two characters so far, though, are Juliana Crane, played by Alexa Davalos, and Joe Blake, played by Luke Kleintank. I hope I'm saying those names right. And Rupert Evans also plays a pretty prominent role as Frank Fink. Now, these characters, these last three that I mentioned, they're where the acting is up and down in my opinion. Not bad, but not captivating or very memorable either. At least not so far. But I definitely say that the good quality of the show as a whole outweighs any minor pitfalls in the acting. And at times the show feels a bit like a tentpole movie from one of the big studios, because Amazon is a big studio now. But it's kind of got the feel like Captain America or something, which, like it's in front of a blue screen or something like that, which I tend to not enjoy as much when they feel like that. Maybe that's a bad comparison, but you probably get my point. And part of that is just the color tone and feel of it all, the sepia color grade and everything. Like I said though, I can look past all that, and admittedly the look and feel set an appropriate tone for the show. Sometimes it feels a bit safe though, as if they didn't experiment to find a truly unique feel for it. I give this show a 6.8 out of 10. So far it's not blowing my socks off, but I'm interested, it's visually pleasing, and I'll watch the entire series. Plus, we've got to give Amazon the time to establish the story, the characters, etc. Now, I have faith that it's only going to get better, and it's good enough to absolutely be on my recommended viewing list. Now, not everybody will agree with me, so tell me what you thought, or join the conversation in the comments section below. There you have it. Check out The Man in the High Castle if you haven't already. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more. Until next time.